2, 1.
7 things you probably didn't know you need to know. I'm Jamie East, and this is the Smart 7.
Good morning, it's Tuesday the 11th of October and it's National Coming Out Day. And a big happy birthday to Dawn French, Bradley James, Jack Garrett and Cardi B. Monday morning started with a brutal wave of cruise missile and drone attacks across Ukraine as Russia's new Commander-in-Chief Sergei Surovikin made his presence felt. On Tuesday morning, people woke up to air raid sirens in Kyiv after the attacks on Monday left a reported 14 people dead and dozens injured. And overnight airstrikes have been reported in the Zaporizhzhia region, but with no immediate confirmation on deaths or casualties. Several explosions rocked the Ukrainian capital Kyiv and the cities of Lviv, Ternopil and Dnipro after Russia accused Ukraine of an attack on a key bridge linking Russia and Crimea. It's the first time Kyiv's been targeted in months, and one of the strikes hit as BBC reporter Hugo Beshega reported live.
A major city in the south of the country, very close to the front lines, was hit. More than a dozen.
Russia's President Putin confirmed the missile strikes were in retaliation for an attack on the Kerch Bridge, which he called an act of terrorism.
In case the attempts to carry out terrorist attacks on our territory continue, Russia's response will be harsh and will correspond in scale to the level of threats posed to the Russian Federation.
Ukrainian President Zelensky was quick to appear on social media after the attacks, announcing that of over 100 Russian launches, Ukrainian air defences shot down more than 50%. He also spoke to leaders including Joe Biden, Emmanuel Macron and Liz Truss as he pleaded for more air defence support and rallied his countrymen.
We are Ukrainians. We help each other. We believe in ourselves. We restore everything destroyed. There may be temporary power outages now, but there will never be an outage of our confidence in victory.
Liz Truss's new government just keeps on making U-turns. Chancellor Kwasi Kwarteng will bring forward his plan for balancing the government's books by almost a month to the 31st of October after initially refusing to do so. It's in a bid to reassure markets. Meanwhile, Liz is expected to go back on her plans to deliver a real-term cut to benefits amid bitter infighting within the Conservative Party. The Prime Minister had proposed to increase benefits only in line with wages rather than inflation, but researchers suggested it would push another 450,000 people into poverty. It's thought backbenchers would rebel against the plan, and former Chancellor Sajid Javid is happy to see the potential change in direction.
People are going through incredibly challenging times. We can all see that in our community. So I personally believe that benefits must stay in line with inflation.
Leader of the Lib Dems, Ed Davey, says the government's not focusing on the right priorities at all.
This is a government that's completely out of touch with what's happening in our country. They've got their priorities wrong. What Liberal Democrats are saying is we need to support people out there who are struggling families. We should do that as our top priority. We shouldn't be thinking about tax cuts for the wealthiest and for the biggest businesses.
In Scotland, Nicola Sturgeon's reaffirmed her pledge for Scottish independence during her speech on the final day of the SNP's party conference in Aberdeen. The leader of the SNP spoke and said that Scotland can make independence a success and even had a date for diaries.
If the court decides in the way we hope it does, on 19th October next year, there will be an independence referendum.
It comes after remarks in which she said she detests Tories, prompting a backlash from Conservatives across the country. But the First Minister's refused to back down.
Will I apologise for saying that I don't support and don't much like the policies of the Conservative Party? No, I won't. I've got a duty as First Minister to stand up against those policies.
Monday saw President Tsai Ing-wen of Taiwan tell thousands of people gathered for the self-ruled island's National Day that Taiwan will never give up its democratic way of life. The annual October the 10th celebration was especially significant this year as tensions with Beijing, which claimed Taiwan as its territory, are at an all-time high. Taiwan's Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Tsai Ming-yang, says China's behaviour is becoming more and more abrasive and provocative.
China is using Taiwan Strait as a playground, and Taiwan has become a frontline state against China's expansion. So how to tackle the uncertainties and problems caused by a powerful and aggressive China has become so challenging.
Still to come on the Smart 7, a Monty Python star hits out against cancel culture and Harry Kane does a Beyonce. Right after this. Welcome back.
3,
There was one game in the Premier League on Monday as Nottingham Forest took on Aston Villa. The game finished 1-1. Another busy footballer on Monday was England and Spurs captain Harry Kane, who's launched a foundation with the aim of changing perceptions of mental health, saying he wants to use his position to tackle the stigma. He popped up to do a reading of a story for CBeebies and also released a video on the morning of World Mental Health Day announcing the launch of the Harry Kane Foundation.
So wherever you are, whatever your struggles, keep working, keep going, and most importantly, always believe in yourself. Because the more I believed in myself, along with the support of others, the more real everything became.
John Cleese has announced he's joining GB News in a bid to fight cancel culture. The Monty Python star signed up to host a show on the right-wing news channel with hopes to talk about important information that gets censored. It comes after the 82-year-old complained about the BBC censoring him and not allowing a platform for him whilst talking on the BBC.
The only thing is, the BBC have not come to me and said, would you like to have some one-hour shows? And if they did, I would say, not on your Nelly, because I wouldn't get 5 minutes into the first show before I'd been cancelled or censored.
Well, we've given you 5 minutes today, and I promise you haven't been censored yet. So, John Cleese, at that, I think we should leave it.
Can't wait for the exciting new material, John. Dragoncast is the #1 after-show podcast and it's part of the Smart 7 family. Each week we get you up to speed on the latest happenings in House of the Dragon, and we were blessed on Monday night with a very special guest. Paddy Considine, who plays King Viserys the First of his name, gave Dragoncast a world-exclusive interview, revealing plenty of fascinating secrets about the world of Westeros. But he definitely wasn't a fan of all the special effects.
You know, when I was a kid, I used to like looking at all these, I love Universal Monsters, and I'd see these... Boris Karloff sitting in the chair with a cup of tea, being made up. And I think I'd love to do that. And then you sit down in the chair and they're pasting everything to your face and you just go, oh, God, I can't wait to get this off my face.
You can find Dragoncast wherever you get your podcasts. This has been the Smart 7. Wherever you're listening, do us a favour and hit the follow button. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Have a great day.
Written, produced and published by Daft Doris.